Nicolette.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
So I would love for you to share a little bit with us as to what you do with people with nonprofits.
Well, I work full-time with Must Ministries, nonprofit here in Georgia, and as a full-time employee for Must Ministries, I have learned a lot over the past 2 years. And I do all of their social media marketing on Facebook, Twitter, Google+. We just started doing Pinterest. And communicating in the social media world with them is a little bit different than doing it for the typical business and individuals. And working with Must Ministries, I've also been able to reach out with other nonprofits. So it's been a lot of fun. It's really rewarding.
What would you say is different working with a nonprofit versus working with just a regular company or an individual?
Working with nonprofits, there are a lot of stories that you tell. The fan base want to hear the stories. For instance, with Must Ministries, we help people get back on their feet, whether they are out of work or homeless. People like to hear the success stories. If they have success stories, if they've we have a shelter called the Elizabeth Inn Emergency Shelter, and that's a back-to-work program. They get to stay for a certain amount of time. And the story that we most recently shared on our Facebook fan page was an individual who went to the shelter, and they were an alcoholic. And so we helped them get back on their feet, going through AA. It was mandated, and they were living in their car. They were unable to have access to their child, and so after going through the program, now they're employed full-time, they have access to their child, they're fully employed, and that's a story we're able to share on Facebook, and stories like that are shared, with all of our fan base, and it's the feel-good stories that the fans really, really love, and those are the things that will bring in the donations. And what's funny is, our fan base, as much as they like to hear those stories, and they will share those things, if we share, for instance, a fundraiser, someone presented a $10,000 check, they don't share those as much. So we may have a different fan page for fundraisers, and that audience will share those stories, but the fan page with the warm and fuzzy stories, those fans will share those. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, in general, as you know, you've seen my page, and the things that get shared the most are the more personal stories. When I share more of the things that I'm doing, and that's what I'm always telling my clients more and more and more, is that people want to know who you are. They want to know beyond just what you do as a business. They do want to know more about your personal things that you do. So it is really important to share the personal things. And a lot of people, it's funny, they're afraid to share their personal stories. And that's how we connect as human beings. We are people, as we're curious by nature, and we connect as human beings through personal stories. And that's the funny part, that people, it's kind of weird. We're almost, on some level, I don't know if it's embarrassment or fear that we're afraid to share personal things. However, those are the connections that are actually going to create business, that are actually going to create the, I don't know, whether it be the curiosity or that interconnection, if you will, that is going to create something. So I know what you know that. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Oh, absolutely. And coming from a corporate background, it was always considered unprofessional to share too much of your personal life and your personal stories. So in the nonprofit world, the personal stories are what brings in the dollars. But in the corporate background, especially on social media, they don't want the personal story shared unless it's going to be the feel-good. Like Coca-Cola, they know how to share the personal stuff where it works for them. You know, Home Depot and UPS, where they share the personal stories with the U.S. Olympics. Remember, they would share those stories of the Olympians that were trying out. But some of the other corporations, they really shy away from that, and it's a shame that they don't know how to market that properly.
So what would be, share with the audience a really good tip that you think would actually help nonprofits understand the connection with humanists, if you will, how that those stories really do bring in the dollars. And I don't just mean necessarily donations. However, also even just business in general, because even though nonprofits do thrive via donations, however, I also think it's important for people to understand that it's more than just donation, it's also business.
Well, probably because we're all the same. We put on our shoes one at a time. We put on our pants one pant leg at a time. And that's how we all relate. People are people. And if we can put a person behind each business and that we're all trying to make it along in the world, you know, everybody's the same. If we can put a face behind the business, I think that's what we need to do. You know, whether you're a big business or a small business, we all started out the same. And I think that's what we need to try to do. And like I said before, Coca-Cola and all the UPS and all those, they kind of have that made. I think what we need to do is go to the big, successful social media platforms that are doing the pages correctly and just mirror what they're doing. You know, and it may sound bad to copy them, but why reinvent the wheel? You know, take a page from their book and say, you know, they're doing this right. Why not do what they're doing if they're doing it correctly?
Now, in your experience, what do you think are the more platforms that you're seeing that works or not works more, but what is more effective? Do you find that Twitter is more helpful or Facebook or Google? What are the platforms that you use more?
For most ministries right now, we're concentrating on Facebook. We're a little bit on Twitter, mostly because right now our constituent base are the 40 to 60-year-olds. We are trying to draw in the younger crowds, so we are definitely going out to Pinterest and Google Plus and Instagram. We're definitely going to Instagram. And then as the other ones come out, I mean, we haven't gone out to Reddit. I don't know if we're going to go to Reddit or not, but the ones that we're sticking with right now are Pinterest, Facebook, Google Plus, Instagram, and then we are definitely on YouTube. So.
And what are the ones you're seeing the most, I don't know, engagement from?
The most engagement is on Facebook.
And what is the reaction on Facebook? I mean, when you're saying most engagement, is it comments? Is it donations? What is the engagement?
I would say comments and shares. I would say we probably get about 10%. Links back to our donation page from all the activity on our Facebook page. Now, whether we get the actual donations, I know we get the links back to our donation page. On our Twitter account, we're still working on that. Pinterest, I haven't really been able to monitor that yet. We're still working on that. And then Google Plus, I really need to work on that one a little bit more. I haven't been able to really see what's going on with YouTube. We're still working on that one.
It's interesting. I've talked to a few other people in the nonprofit world, and the comments I hear over and over again is Facebook is a lot more personable, mm-hmm. And so they do get a lot more comments, and they actually are getting donations from Facebook. And actually, a few people are doing actually pretty well on Twitter. they're not getting the same response from Google, and they are actually getting some response from YouTube if they're loading the good, warm, fuzzy feeling YouTubes where they're actually showing, like you said, the guy that was, or the woman that was in a shelter who was in one place and is now in a better place. And they're also getting a lot of responses from Instagrams. Instagrams, again, is a warm and fuzzy place if you can show really good Instagrams, and photos that are showing, just warm, fuzzy. It's that connection. People have to understand we're visual in nature. It's just that connection when you see a picture, whether it be a puppy or a kitten or a hug or a child or the elderly, whatever that is, there's that instant connection, and that visual is so important.
It really is. It really is. And the thing that we're trying to transition from is, in the past, all of our videos have been a big to-do. They've been a big process where they were professionally done. Now we're going more to the, here's my phone, I'm going to capture something really quick. So that's where we're going. But the thing is since we are a nonprofit that deals with people, we have to make sure that the children that we capture, the people that we capture, we have a release, because we're very big on making sure that everyone's privacy is protected. So any picture that I take, we have to make very certain that we just protect everyone's privacy. That if they don't want their picture shown, if they don't want their video shown, that we don't do that because of HIPAA rules.
Absolutely. So you brought up something very interesting. Now, obviously, I've done a lot of different production things, and what I'm finding, I used to spend thousands of dollars on different production levels, and what I found is that people are actually liking the less highly produced things. They do like, again, using the phone for, like you said, either the Vine, the little, the app Vine, right? We do little instant videos, whatever. And because the phones are coming up with such higher technology, as you know, you've seen my flower pictures, right?
Right.
I do. Well, most people don't go. I have an iPhone, and for me, it sucks the joy out of me to lug around all the heavy equipment and have my camera crew and my PAs and get all the lenses and all that adjusted. I can do all that. However, I get so much joy out of using my iPhone, and I always upgrade the iPhone, and the actual the pixels are absolutely amazing. And actually, I actually do my photos are actually used in other books that most people don't know about, and yeah, they're using all these books, and I do them on the iPhone. And I have a whole series of ebooks and actually books coming out with, as you saw one of them, where they're taking all my flower pictures and other photos, by the way, not just flower pictures, water pictures, et cetera, and they put other quotes on top of them. And it's just amazing to me that more and more people are liking my less fancy productions versus when I have all the crews and everything, because it's more in the moment. It's more, I don't know, like you said, it's that connection. And we're playing with different softwares and less of the spinning and the effects and all that. And we're actually redoing all our intros right now. And because as I just got we're just redoing all the shows right now. We're actually redoing all the spinning intros and everything. People are like, get rid of all that. Just do the easy transitions, less fuss. It's really fascinating. People just like the simple connection.
Yep, absolutely. I totally agree.
So I would let's get back more to the nonprofits, because I love for other people to understand a little bit more about the nonprofit difference between, again, what other people do on social media. So if there's anything else that you can share that would help people that are helping people that are in the nonprofit sections that you're doing with the people that you help doing their social media, that could help them, whether it be maybe something that's special that you're doing that is on Facebook, or what are you doing on Facebook? Are you doing something that's special or unique, whether it be that you're doing special picture quotes, or just what are you doing on Facebook that's making it unique or tailored or catered towards nonprofit?
I'm really not doing that much special other than posting regularly, posting every day, just, you know, some of the things that we do in the KIWK group and things that you know, suggest in your groups and your pages. You know, take pictures of everything that goes on in your nonprofit group. Take lots of pictures all the time, and then post albums every day. People want to see lots of pictures. Tell stories with every picture that you post. You know, that's one thing that a lot of the nonprofits don't do. They always have things going on, but they don't tell their fan base and their constituents what's going on. And then the constituents, you know, they want to know what's going on. And, you know, they want donations, but they don't tell their constituents what's going on. I feel like I'm rambling, but that's all I do. And then a lot of times people that are on Facebook, they don't read the newspapers. It's shocking, I know, but for instance, online there will be newspapers like the local newspaper here is the Marietta Daily Journal, and our local clinic that was associated with Must Ministries closed down, and it was in all the media, but I posted it on our Facebook page, and I was shocked at all the response. Oh, it's a shame, I can't believe it. It was all over the news. It was on about 5 different media publications, but there were all these people on Facebook that didn't know about it. So just, you know, keep everybody informed of what's going on, whether it's in the media or not, because everyone wants to know.
And also, what is your take on, a lot of people think, okay, a business or a nonprofit, Monday through Friday, don't post on the weekends. No one's going to look at it on the weekends. What is your feeling on that?
If there's stuff to post, I try to post. I mean, even if there's not something to post, I try to post. Every once in a while, I'll take a weekend off and I won't post. But, you know, Facebook has the scheduling feature. Take a couple of minutes on Friday and schedule something to post on the weekends. It's not going to hurt you. I like stuff to be posted on weekends.
And in my feeling, I'm always telling my clients, the weekends are usually when people are on Facebook.
Yeah.
So I'm always telling all my clients, if you're having someone to help you with social media, like you said, they have the scheduler feature, especially for pages. Take the time to post something on the weekends, because that is when people are off and they are going to look at pages, and especially it comes up in their feeds. So I personally think it's important to posting on the weekends. You don't have to post pictures. Yeah, you don't have to post as much as you would during the week. However, I do think it's important to have things posted on the weekends.
Mm-hmm. Even if it's a couple of pictures, even if it's, you know, every once in a while I'll even post a thing that shows people how to stay informed, you know, so that they don't miss your posts. So
is there anything that you'd like to leave the audience with that you think is important, or maybe you can leave them with I like my golden nuggets. They're always like, you know.
Yeah, absolutely. The boxes on your Facebook fan page, don't leave those without a link back to your website. You know, take advantage of the calendar. Take advantage of all of those little boxes that will let you do everything that Facebook allows you to do. Program those special boxes that will, the tabs, the Facebook fan page tabs. Program all of those. There's all sorts of things that Facebook allows you to do, so take advantage of them.
And I'm going to add to that. Too many people don't have their about sections filled out. Like you said, make sure you have your information in there. Your name, your email, your website. I can't believe how many pages I've gone to in their about section and they don't have any of that. It's like, and also, as you know, Facebook changed everyone's email address to Facebook email addresses. You have to go in there and hide the Facebook email address and actually unhide yours, because they actually did that and no one knew about it. And so they did it a long time ago, actually. And I've had to actually go in and walk my clients through unhiding Facebook's email address and And then, so hiding Facebook's email address and unhiding theirs. So make sure you've actually gone through and done that. And then also, you know, again, like you said, the website, because if you don't, it will hyperlink your website. I can't believe how many businesses and people do not have their websites in there and their addresses. I mean, would you do business or with a nonprofit or any business if they don't have an address in there? I wouldn't. I'm not going to donate money to a company that doesn't have an address. So especially if your business, make sure you have an address. It could be a P.O. box. Doesn't matter. You know, a lot of people are afraid to leave a physical address because somebody might come knocking at their door. Great. Have a business address. Your name, a business address, a phone number. It could be a Google number. Whatever it is, have your information on your pages. No one's going to donate or do business with you, for that matter, if you don't have that information. So, anyways, as always, everybody, it's always a pleasure to be here for you, and thank you so much for joining me, Knikkolette. We love feedback. As usual, I'll be leaving you with links at a later time with our embedded video, our embedded podcast. Make sure to leave us your feedback because we love it, and if you'd like to hear about other subjects, be sure to let us know that as well. And for tonight, we leave you, and I hope you have a wonderful night. Thank you so much, Knikkolette.
Thank you. I appreciate it.